Hey guys, welcome to episode finale of my PhD Journey Unfiltered series. Can you believe it? Oh guys, time really does fly. I still remember when I started this series, all I wanted was to share my story. And at first, I thought maybe there isn't too much to share. But of course, I knew that there was value in this story, this experience that I went through during the course of my PhD. That's why I could not afford to just be in my corner and keep quiet, because I felt like someone somewhere would benefit, right? So despite the resistance, despite the voice that said, no, don't share, it's now too late, the story has expired, I still went ahead and shared. And I'm so glad that I did, because more than anything, I've gotten clarity on the actual details of what happened. And now that I'm on the other side, right? Now that I have overcome and I'm now looking at things in hindsight, a lot of things are much clearer and make a lot of sense. So it's very important to reflect on your journey, whatever journey it is. It's so important to sit down, think about it, write it down. By so doing, you are getting a clearer picture of what actually went down, and you're also extracting some lessons that you may not have been aware of as you were going through the journey. So it's such a powerful exercise that I would love for you guys to try out. So valuable. But we're not there. We need to get into today's episode. As we end off this series, I'm going to share 10 lessons my PhD taught me. These are 10 life lessons, meaning that they are not only restricted to someone doing PhD or masters or research, but they are applicable in any area of life. And this is not to say that I have made it, I have arrived. No. These are things that I have to constantly remind myself to say, yay, remember, So we are all learning, we are all growing, and we are all becoming better versions of ourselves in the process. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Lesson number 1. Progress is rarely linear, and that's okay. Oftentimes when we begin any journey, we map out the plan, right? That this is what I'm gonna do, and this is how it will end. It all makes sense. It's all clear on paper until you start doing the actual thing. Then you realize that it's actually not linear at all. There is this other meme that I once saw that shows one's PhD proposal, right? And that first year of PhD, your plans, maybe second year, third year, and then graduation. It's very linear, so perfect. But the reality, so that's the start. It meanders up and down, up and down, up and down, and then the end. And I was just like, this is such a perfect depiction of the actual journey. In as much as it's hard to accept that progress is not linear, that is just the reality of life. In anything, even when you go to gym, you will feel motivated one day, the next day you are not motivated, you are discouraged, but you still have to force yourself to show up even when you don't want to show up. So progress is not linear, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that there is something wrong with you. That's just the way it is. You have to keep on showing up day in and day out, no matter how hard it is. Lesson number 2, comparison is a thief of joy and peace. I've shared that during the course of my journey, I looked outside and compared my journey with other people, my peers, whom I had started the journey with, maybe at the same time. And in my view, it looked like they were flourishing. Everything was going well for them. Things were working out. They were attending conferences when I did not even have results to attend conferences and present my work. As a result, I felt sad. I felt unhappy that why is it that everyone else is thriving, but I'm not? It feels like I am stagnant. It feels like I am stuck. I'm not making any progress. And that just brought me so much sadness because I was comparing myself to other people. So if you want to save yourself from heartache, if you want to save yourself from stress and unnecessary worry, please walk in your own lane and do not compare yourself to other people. I know it sounds cliche. This is something that we've heard so many times, but it is so true. It is so vitally important to stick to your lane and wear those, what do they call them? I know the blinders, the horse blinders. Focus on your own journey and stop using so much energy looking on the sideways because you'll be distracted and you'll feel like you're not making enough progress, even though you are. But because the focus is on what Palisa is doing, what Tabiso is doing, you end up thinking, I am not doing enough. And you feel sad for yourself, you feel discouraged and sluggish and. So do yourself a big favor and protect your peace by not comparing yourself to other people. Lesson number 3, your identity should not be tied to your achievement. Woohoo! I learned this one the hard way. Listen, as mentioned before, I completed my undergrad within 3 years, honors distinction, master's distinction, PhD. I was expecting the same thing that, within 3 years I'll be done. But the reality was different, honey. My PhD humbled me. It took so long and I felt like there was something missing. I felt like this was not me because remember, I had attached my identity to my achievements. So now that I was not achieving, now that I was not getting accolades like certificates or finishing in record time, it felt like something was wrong. It felt like I had lost a piece of myself, or I guess my entire being. Honestly, if I'm being honest, it felt like I don't know how to best describe it, but that's a dangerous place to be in. Attaching your identity, imagine your entire identity to what you do. Oh, guys, it's so dangerous. I learned it the hard way, but I'm so glad that it was made clear and I was able to learn to detach myself and my identity from what I do. That just because things are not going well, it doesn't mean I'm a failure. No, I am more worthy than what I do. So having that distinction is so important. So do not attach your identity, your whole being to your work, to your career, to your roles, to your titles and everything. That is so dangerous because the moment things are not working out the way you want them to work out, you'll feel like your whole world has collapsed. Lesson number 4, resilience is built in the struggle and not around it. You don't develop resilience by avoiding problems and challenges. You have to face them head on in order for the resilience muscle to be strengthened. And of course, it's not easy. Let's not lie. It is not easy when we get knocked down. You just want to be there for a long time, but it shouldn't be that way. You should, yes, life will knock you down, but you should gather strength and courage to pick yourself up and continue. That's what my PhD taught me. In moments when I've experienced failure, when things were not working out, I still had to try again, change the strategy, show up, and keep on trying and doing my part. So we don't get better by running away from the problems, but we have to face them head on. That's how we become better. That's how we become stronger. That's how we become resilient. Okay. Lesson number 5. Rest is not a reward. It's a requirement. I know some people will tell you that, hey, you need to keep on pushing and pushing. You will rest when you die. Okay, sharp. Personally, I don't subscribe to that. But I also don't subscribe to laziness. Yes, you need to work. You need to work hard. You need to show up and do your part. Be consistent, be disciplined. But you should also honor your body and its demands. In order for you to show up well, you need to take care of your body holistically, not just eating well, but also resting, sleeping when it's time to sleep, taking some time off so that you can recharge and be rejuvenated. And that way you'll be able to show up better and be even more productive. And for me, I'm so glad I learned this lesson earlier in my PhD because it helped me to protect my energy. And on a weekly basis, I would make sure that there's a day when I'm not doing anything. I'm just resting, and I would spend that time at church, fellowshipping with believers, worshiping, praying, and just being in the presence of God. And that really helped me to be energized, be nourished spiritually. And honestly, it felt like a reset. It felt like a weekly reset that I needed in order to show up better the following week. So if you feel like you are overwhelmed because you've got so much to do, there are so many activities that you need to take care of, there are deadlines, and maybe it's time you pause, you rest. Not just sleeping, but also taking some time off. Trust me, this is exactly what your body needs. You can't cheat it, because if you do so, it will show you. It will backfire. Burnout is real. It's rough. And you wouldn't want to get there. As they always say, prevention is better than cure. So take care of yourself, take care of your body, and your body will take care of you. Lesson number 6, wellness is not a luxury. It's your foundation. This is connected to the previous lesson. And again, in order for your body to function at an optimum level, you need to give it what it needs. You need to nourish it with the right foods, wholesome foods. You need to give it water, clean, pure water. You need to, you need to expose it to some sunshine and move it. That's exercise, fitness, and this is so important because everything else, your work, your research, your studies, your relationships sits on top of your well-being. So protect it with the same seriousness you protect your deadlines. That's it. I will end there. Lesson number 7, community is everything. Find your people, find your tribe. How would I have survived if it wasn't for the people around me? Oh, community kept me going. When the going got tough, I leaned on some people and they helped me with taking the next step. Of course, we understand that some journeys are lonely, but sometimes the loneliness can be self-imposed. It's our responsibility to reach out to people who are like-minded and invest in such relationships, invest in such groups so that we learn, we draw strength from them when we run out. A journey shared is a journey sustained. So we need to invest in relationships, healthy relationships that will help us to develop holistically, not just to help us go through a particular season of life, but as human beings, we are socially wired. We cannot live in isolation. Otherwise, you're gonna lose it. O tlo hlanya. So you need people, you need your tribe in order for life to make sense, for life to be beautiful. How will you be able to experience the beauty of life if only one man all the time? Haike, haike. So this journey honestly taught me that community is everything, and I need to be intentional about investing in my relationship. Lesson number 8, ask for help. It's a sign of strength, not weakness. Oh, I struggled with this one. Even now, I still struggle with it. I'm not used to asking for help. It's not something that comes from me naturally. So for me to say, can you please help me with 1, 2, and 3? Just know that it would have taken a lot for me to reach that point. And it's not a good thing. I think there's nothing wrong with asking for help. And I remember when I used to struggle a lot with coding during my PhD, when I was busy analyzing data, I would spend time trying to do it alone. And then the moment I ask for help, someone just helps you within a few minutes. And then you realize that you've wasted so much time trying to figure it out on your own when you could have just asked someone to help you. And one thing that I've learned also is that people are always willing to help more than you ever realize. People are always willing to help. All you need to do is just to raise your hand and say, please help me. Of course, it takes a lot of vulnerability, but you don't lose anything by asking for help. Lesson number 9, prayer can move mountains. Whatever mountain that you experience in your own life, prayer can move it. One of the most powerful things that I did was intentionally and deliberately putting time aside to pray and fast on a weekly basis. That was, I think, when I started the writing process, or even before. So I used to do this with my partner. Every week on Wednesdays, we would pray and fast. Pray and fast, study together. And we would be specific about our prayer requests. Guys, you'd think I'm lying, but we started to see things happening. And because we're praying consistently about those specific things, we knew that it was not a coincidence. It was not something happening by chance, but it was God answering our prayers. And that motivated us to keep on doing it. And more than anything, it strengthened our faith and our walk with God. Whatever mountain that you are currently experiencing, whether it's unemployment, whether it's challenges that you face in your career, or maybe you are trying to figure things out, things are not working out, or it's motherhood, fatherhood, whatever challenges that you have, pray about it. Ask and it shall be given to you. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door will be opened. Just talk to God about it. Just tell Him everything, all the things that are burdening your heart. Tell Him about it. He's always willing to listen and answer according to His perfect will. Lesson number 10. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is to stop, be still, and listen. Woo! Not every next step is forward. Sometimes the most important move is pause. To silence the noise, be brutally honest with yourself, and yield to your convictions even when it looks foolish to the outside world. This one, I learned it when I decided to take some time off after completing my PhD and to just rest. It looked foolish to some people, but I yielded to my convictions, and that was the best decision ever. So if you are moved to do something, do it. Go for it. Even if it doesn't make sense to everyone else, just go for it. No matter what it is, just go for it. Just go for it. Just do it. And that, ladies and gents, brings us to the end of not only this episode, but the series, My PhD Journey Unfiltered series. I don't know how to feel about this, but thank you so much for your support. Thank you for showing up. Whether you've been tuning in on a weekly basis or you've watched a few episodes here and there, thank you. Thank you for trusting me with your time. I know that you could have decided to watch something else, but the fact that you have watched up until this point, it means a lot to me and I don't take it lightly. So thank you so, so much. I hope that you got something from this series. I hope it was worth your time. Now, I want to speak to someone who is in the messy middle, specifically a postgraduate student, whether you are doing your honors, master's, PhD, you are in the messy middle where you don't know whether you're going or you're coming. Everything just seems to be blurry. There's confusion. There is discouragement. There's just a whole lot of things going on, and you wonder if this will ever come to an end. You wonder if there will ever be a light at the end of the tunnel. Everything just seems to be dark. I want to speak to that person right now and say, you are not behind. You are not failing. You're doing something genuinely hard. And the fact that it's hard does not mean that you are not meant for it. So please keep doing your part. Keep showing up, putting one foot in front of the other. And as a free gift to you, as someone who has walked this journey, as someone who knows how hard it can be, how lonely it can be, and how frustrating it can be, I am offering a 30-minute one-on-one conversation with any postgraduate student who is in the messy middle. And it's a free chat with me, and I'm gonna link up details in the description box below, and you can just go there, sign up, and we'll schedule a 30-minute chat. Please also feel free to share this with anyone whom you think will benefit from this. And yeah, I'm just here to help, because I know, guys, I'm just trying to be that person that I wish I had when the going was really tough. So here's a gift. Okay, we have come to the end of this beautiful chapter, and it wouldn't have been successful without each and every single one of you who have decided to tune in, engaged in the comment section, clicked that like icon, and subscribed to my channel. So from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. May God bless you all. Yes, this is the end of the series, but it's not the end of the channel, okay? We're still gonna hang out. So yeah, I'll see you again next week. We'll find out what will we be talking about. But yeah, until then, take care of yourself. Bye.